What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the garage, SSBC.Garage. I've got the new setup for the microphone, so hopefully the audio is good for you guys. Got a little bit of a surprise for you guys. Picked up some new parts today, shocker. This is actually something I've been shopping for a couple of months now. I did finally find a kit that I actually wanted. I actually was debating getting a cheaper version of it because the one that I originally wanted was just, I'll give you guys the numbers. The one I was looking at was nearly $700 for the kit that I was wanting. And I got super lucky. I waited it out. And because of one of my other clubs that we are, the other group that I actually manage, we were able to score some parts. So what did we get? We got a harness bar. That got picked up today. And then our harnesses are being delivered, I believe, in about a week. So you guys will see that in one of the future videos, obviously. I'm going to go through and give you a little bit of a tour. Yes, of course, the garage is messy because welcome to my life right now. But anyways, I'm going to flip you guys around so you can see this. Okay, so this kit right here, it's going to end up using the factory bolts, positions, hardware, everything. And these are, that's actually it right there. It's actually brake Krause. And this kit, like I said, if you were to go buy a brand new one of these right now, it's going for about $650, if I'm being honest. And that's pre-tax, which, we love taxes around here. Just kidding, because, no one likes taxes because that's more money that we don't get to keep. So, I'm going to make this simple on myself because obviously you guys already know I have to finish up the inside of the car. I'm going to actually take out the driver's seat, maybe the passenger seat, just so I can access the back for the car seats to obviously get the NOS, you know what I'm talking about, the nitrous bottle actually bolted to the floor. I still have to get that done. And then also, because of the new harness bar, having the seats out, or seat, whichever, I haven't decided yet. I'll probably end up doing both, knowing me. Once I take those out, it'll make it a lot easier to actually get that installed. So, yeah. I don't want to have to worry about putting, two hands on everything. So I'm actually going to probably put you guys on the tripod so you can actually follow along with me. And then we will go from there. So I'm going to grab the tools we're going to need and we'll be right back. Okay, so as I just showed you, there's those two bolts. This car, these seats, they're only held in by 2 bolts per seat. And then on the front of the rails is basically a little hook that goes into the actual body itself. So 2 bolts, that's all that holds these seats in place. The only thing I have to do now at this point is to go through and undo the harnesses that are actually for the seats themselves for the control, because they are the power slides and lumbar support, yada, yada, yada. So I'm going to go through and get that taken out. And obviously, like I said, I am taking both seats out. I figured why not make it as easy as possible, get as much room in the car as possible. So I'm going to get that done and I'll be right back. Okay, so obviously we got the seats out. And now the next thing that we're going to have to go through and do is do a test fit to find out where the heck all these points are going to be mounted at. I have some information on this, but not a whole lot, just to be flat out honest. I know that we're going to end up using the point up here for sure, just because of where its location is at. That's basically where the bar itself is going to be at. So I know we're going to end up having to take off the seat belts and then using the factory bolts for that portion of it. But we're going to have some fun figuring this out because this came with no instructions. So it's a good thing I like to problem solve. So we're going to go through and figure that out, and then we'll be right back. Well, as usual, our plans are not going according to plan. So, I was just looking at the new hardware that we just got, and I was wondering, where am I mounting all this stuff? So I looked up the actual installation guide, because I ended up finding one after 20 minutes of scouring on the internet, and we're missing some mounting brackets. Not a big deal, because I'll end up having to figure something out anyways. I'll probably reach out to the manufacturer and see if I can get some ordered. I did reach out to the seller, and it is no fault of his own, because honestly, it was secondhand to him as well. But he did know that he was missing pieces, which that's not on him. Like I said, it's on the seller that gave it to him in the first place, but it's very unfortunate for both of us because neither of us were able to install it. The guy that I got it from, he bought it with the intention of getting it installed in his car, and then life happened for him, and he ended up having to get rid of his Camaro for his job. So that makes sense for him, you know. Very unfortunate because now both of us have no mounting hardware, and it doesn't have the bolts or anything for that aspect either, which again, not a big deal because those are just basically a dime a dozen. I just got to go grab the proper sized ones because according to him, the guy that he got it from said that you're supposed to be able to use the original mounting bolts and everything else for it. According to the installation guide, that's not accurate, unfortunately. So now we get to order some more parts. But in the meantime, where I'm sitting right now is also where the nitrous bottle is supposed to go. So we're going to get that mounted up. I have to take the whole back section out of the car to where then I can go through and drill the holes for the actual mounting, get that bottle mounted, which I do have the hardware for that. And yes, I'm in the back seat. Obviously, I'm too tall for the back seat, which is why I've, whatever. So it's a little toasty because I've been working in here. Obviously, I have the light on as well. And why me? But I put myself in these positions, obviously. It'll be worth it. It will be worth it. I am super excited about getting this stuff done. It just might add to our timeline a little bit more. But thankfully, that part doesn't really hinder us from actually driving the car. It just hinders us from putting in the harnesses to be able to drive the car with harnesses instead of regular seatbelts. Not that big of a deal for now. I can, go easy on it just a little bit. So, yeah, I need to figure out where I can get those mounting brackets. They look like they're just L sections with the threads in them, but that's based off the little picture that I found was yay big, and even when I zoom into it, it kind of looks like it's reinforced a little bit, which I would hope so considering it's a harness bar. But we're gonna have to figure that out. Just like everything else on this channel, you get to watch me struggle even more. Anyways, I'm gonna figure that out. I'm gonna get this back seat taken out. We're gonna get that mounted up, and we'll be back in a moment. Okay, so we obviously got the back racing seats out of the car. We got to go through and get the mount, or the mount for the nitrous bottle. I've already got some of the marks actually put on to the black fabric, and yes, that is black carpet. That's why I actually wrapped it underneath of it, so this way it was vibration dampening. So we did that because we could, and so I'm gonna go through and get that put up onto some. Yeah, I'll just show you. I'll be right back. Okay, so obviously you can tell we have the bracket where it's going to be going. But I was just looking at the hardware that came with it. That little bolt is not going to fit through this plywood. I mean, it might fit, but then having the nut on the other side of it would be very, very tight. I mean, it is not something that we want to move, but at the same time, I don't think the nut's going to get very much thread on there to where it's going to be holding itself in place. So That means I'm going to have to get some extra hardware for this now too. Not a big deal, because at this point we're just shopping for everything. We love to shop apparently. So luckily for me, I do happen to have several stores by my work that I can go through and pick stuff up from. So we're going to have to do that in the next few days. And on that note, I think I'm going to call it a night. Yeah, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. What's going on, guys? So we're back here in the garage. It is the next day. I did go to Home Depot after work today. Like I said I was going to. I got the hardware for the actual bottle. We're going to go through and drill the holes, get that mounted up to where I can then plan on how I'm going to put it back into the car. Haven't decided yet because I was kind of doing some test fits last night, and I don't know, and this is going to be the sad part, I don't know if I can go through and keep the seats where they are with the harness bar. So we're going to have to figure that out as usual, because welcome to R&D. I swear I should, have a separate section just for R&D. So this way you guys don't have to go through the same nightmares that I do. Not a big deal. We're going to go through and get these holes drilled, and I will be right back. Okay, so obviously we got that put on. I did also go through and put the hardware that I did get today onto the harness bar, and I did another test fit. And unfortunately, I'm gonna probably have to make a bracket. So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, other than the fact that I have to go get more stuff to do that. Yeah, I'm hoping I hear back from the manufacturer, because I would rather buy their reinforced one that they've actually custom made for that kit. I have not heard from them. Like I said, I sent them an email, and I mean, today is in the middle of the week, so I don't understand why I didn't hear back from them today, but I mean, hopefully I do tomorrow, because tomorrow is still going to end up being business days. Don't know if they've had any issues with their staffing due to the pandemic, but who knows. Either way, I have a strong feeling I'm going to end up having to make some brackets, which I've already come up with an idea on how I'm going to do that. Again, I just have to get the materials to do so, so that's tons of fun. At this point, it's late in the day. I think I'm going to save some extra content for you guys for next time. I'm going to end the video here. So thank you for coming to join me yet again in our glorious R&D department here at SSBC.Garage. If you guys have any comments, or if you have any ideas on what I could do for those brackets, just to give everybody a description of how that's supposed to be. The factory back seat has 2 bolts on either side that are held in. Basically, it holds in a plate to hold the bar for the back seat. So there's 2 on either side. Unfortunately, where they're located, they're about 4 inches in from either side, so I can't have an actual L bracket. I have to actually have an L bracket type of thing, if that makes sense. Makes sense in my head, but it's that time of day. So anyways, if you guys have any ideas, let me know in the comment section below, or shoot me an email. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, thank you for coming. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, leave a comment, all the above. You know the drill. Thank you for everybody coming back again, my existing subscribers. Just a reminder, because I haven't said it in the last couple of videos, we are going to be doing a giveaway contest, okay? What that means is the second that we get a paycheck from YouTube, we have to hit 1,000 subscribers with 4,000 hours of watch time in one consecutive year for them to start monetizing the channel. Once they do that, you guys are going to get, one of you guys are going to be drawn for the prize. Basically, the prize is the entire first paycheck that we get from YouTube, no matter how small, no matter how big it is. Then this way you guys can actually get that money back. And I do plan on doing that with future paychecks after that as well. So let's grow the channel. If you guys have anybody that might be interested in this kind of content, share it up. Join the channel. That's fine too. I like to have people on. I like to work on everybody else's projects as well as my own. So Again, thank you for joining us. You guys have a wonderful day. Emails down below, and we'll talk later.